Greetings, citizens! Justiguy has arrived. Today, I have a very, very exciting, at least for me, announcement, which is that I am going to be embarking on a new and exciting journey, and a journey that I hope you will be joining me on. As you can see by the fancy, not really fancy, this is not my forte, logo behind me. It's, well, it is what it is. Some of you may remember, once upon a time, long ago, I tried a, themed Nuzlocke, which, if you don't know, is a special kind of fancy pants run of a Pokemon game where, well, we'll get into what that is in a minute. But anyway, it didn't go so hot, and, yeah. Okay, yeah, we're gonna send in Beetleborg. Wow! Beetleborg is now our strongest Pokemon. I would never have thought, because I'll be honest, I'm gonna say this now that she's in a fight and not listening. However, it's something I've been wanting to revisit for a long time, and after this video, you will see that the first entry in this new latest Nuzlocke has already begun. But, like the last time, this is going to be a themed one. I mean, you know, kind of got a little theme going on here. So, what is this theme? Well, as I don't claim to be a hero myself, but I do enjoy the antics of heroes, you know? So, I thought, you know what, let's, you know, bring that back. While the original one I did way back when was honestly complicated and stupid, kind of, I had fun with it. Lots of fond memories. I think this new one is a lot better. So, if you'll bear with me, I'm just gonna go over my rules, or my recommended rules. I doubt anyone's gonna want to imitate this, but my thoughts, just, and also so I don't need to like spend, you know, time in the first video that I'm gonna be posting following this one, or at the same time as this one, explaining it. So, you know, anyway, here we go. First, basic Nuzlocke rules. It's when you're playing the Pokemon game, any Pokemon that faints, it's, you know, dead. It's dead. You gotta get rid of it, release it, or put it in a designated dead PC box. You know, this is up to the trainer's aggression, whatever. Up to you. That's not up to me. You know, that's how it goes. Number 2, only the first Pokemon encountered on each route may be captured. If you want to, you know, have your own fancy rules regarding stuff like gifts and so on and so forth, or, you know, fishing or other ways you encounter things, that's your prerogative. I will probably address that individually on a game-by-game basis, since those things vary a lot in game by game, and it's probably going to take me a fair bit just to get through the first game with Leaf Green, obviously. I mean, look. So, yeah. But basically, general Nuzlocke rules apply. Only the first Pokemon on a route can be captured. And if you fuck it up, no dice. Rule 3, obviously, all Pokemon captured must be nicknamed their partners. I mean, especially in this Sentai-themed, just inspired Nuzlocke, they're, you know, your teammates. Although, you know, obviously you might not be seeing where the inspiration comes from yet, which is, we'll get to that. And number 4, and I think this one is important. It's not, and this is not a rule all Nuzlockes follow, but then you'll see why. If the first Pokemon encountered on a route is of an already obtained species, you can keep going. You can keep going until you get something new, because, you know, you want your team to have some variety. You don't have to do this, but you can. Finally, the battle style must be changed to set. That's where you can't switch between trainers and stuff, you know? Now, those are, you know, pretty basic Nuzlocke rules. Lots of them follow these. So, where does the whole hero stuff come in? Well, let's start with the first of these rules. A trainer's team could only have one Pokemon of any color present. You can opt to organize these yourself, but officially, species of Pokemon are separated into the following colors: red, blue, yellow, green, black, brown, purple, gray, white, and pink. Now, this doesn't mean you can't catch stuff, like, especially obviously in the early game where, say, you've got, you start with Torchic for whatever reason. This is in Ruby Sapphire or Omega Ruby, blah, 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 I believe. I don't know for sure. I'm pretty sure Wurmple is, like, on the first route, and it's red, just like Torchic is red, or considered red anyway. If you were to strictly follow these rules and be like, oh, that's red, I can't catch it. Well, no, that's not really gonna fly, you know. So no, basically, you're gonna want to either and not use and then deposit, because you might not have access to a PC that early in that example I just came up with. And I don't know, they're like in Ranger training or something. That's the idea with this one. You know, your team has a slot for each color, basically. Maybe red isn't the leader because, you know, maybe you will start with Bulbasaur or Totodile, blah. And so, you know, maybe your starter will be your leader or whatever. You know, you can come up with, you know, your own kind of story. Have fun with it. And on that note, when a Pokemon evolves into a new evolution that has a different color than the one it had already, you can, well, I mean, you got to decide how to handle that yourself. Like, Rattata is purple and Raticate is, I think, brown? I don't remember if it's orange or brown. Anyway, either way, it's not purple anymore. So if that color, whatever Raticate is not open in your team, you have to either box the Raticate or box whatever Raticate will be replacing, whereas now, though, you have room for a new purple Pokemon in your party, so it's kind of a win-win. You can treat it as that way, or lose-win, I don't know. But anyway, that's how you should handle evolutions. It's like, and you know, you can think of it in your story or whatever, as, you know, your hero has picked up the mantle or the new costume or whatever, I don't know. They got an upgrade, they got a power-up, basically, and that's literally what happened. So, you know, that's how evolution works. But here's an exception, as you can see with a little asterisk. Exception to this: if you have a shiny or a differently colored form of an already owned Pokemon, that can be something you can catch as if it were another species, because that will be filling in a different costume color on your team. So like if you encounter, I don't actually know if this is possible, but say you encounter in Diamond and Pearl or the remakes a Burmy. Spoilers, I actually love Burmy and Wormadam. Anyway, if you encounter a green Burmy and then a leaf cloak, or is it leaf cloak? Anyway, and a sand cloak Burmy, those are technically two different colors. Same thing with Deerling in Black and White, though I think you'd have to be playing over like a extended period of time for that theory to, or hypothetical to actually happen. Point is, you can opt to have that be your encounter instead of following the previously mentioned species clause, which I think could be fun, because like if you want to have some narrative to your Nuzlocke, you can be like, this is their long lost cousin, or this is your evil twin, or something, you know, just fun stuff, you know, to have your story, you know, have a little story going on for your episodes or whatever you want to do, because I just think this could be fun to have, you know, for the tokusatsu superhero, whatever, that kind of thing. Now here is the last rule I've come up with, and maybe as I actually play through this I might think of some more ideas, but this is the one that I think is potentially going to be controversial. But you can use legendary Pokemon. However, this is going back to that asterisk, they are considered mechs to the costumed heroes that are the rest of your team. They can only be used, this is an exception to the only one of each color per team, you know, they can only be used in a team that already has a Pokemon of the same color, and only after that Pokemon has fought in the battle already, which is another reason for the whole set thing. So basically how this works is, say you've got Squirtle, or some other blue Pokemon, I don't know. If you want to use Articuno, you can only do so after you have already had your Squirtle out, or whatever your blue Pokemon is. And it's not just have Squirtle in the party. You can't like have like Eradicate out and be like, oh, well, Squirtle's here, so I'll have them run in. No, Squirtle has to, you know, show up, do their fight, and then call down their mech. That's just, you know, that's how these shows work, you know? It's basic superhero etiquette, yeah. And I think that's the general gist of it. If you want, you can include regular gift Pokemon, like in the case of the originals, you got Eevee, Lapras, that kind of thing. But for me, I think, especially with, you know, with I think this rule can be like a lot of fun in like the later games where there's a lot of legendaries. You could have a lot of fun customizing your teams and planning it out and stuff with the mechs and stuff, or how I'm calling it. But yeah, I think that could be a lot of fun to mess with. Might not make for the most challenging thing, allowing legendaries, but I'm kind of going for a more thematic thing more than a challenging thing, or adding the thematic idea onto the challenge. So anyway, yeah, that is the, I don't know what you want to call it, the Hero Nuzlocke variant. And if you haven't been able to tell, the logo back here, it says Pocketto Sentai LeafGreenger. It's just something I came up with. Anyway, that's about it. So if this sounds like it might be fun to you, go for it yourselves, or just watch along with me as I try this train wreck out and see how it goes. So yeah, thanks for watching. Well, there's no really up to that. I think I just said it all. So yeah, it's time to start my journey. So wish me luck, and hopefully I'll see you soon.